Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I will present about our field trip to the Institute of Biodiversity, well known as IBD Lancang, and our study on Panthera tigris jacksoni or the Malayan tiger. Biodiversity is one of the most important component of a healthy ecosystem, as it supports ecological balance and ensures the survival of different living organisms. Malaysia is well known for its rich biodiversity with a wide variety of flora and fauna found in its forest and protected area. Therefore, understanding the importance of biodiversity and conservation is essential for preserving these natural resources for future generations. As part of BIO330, Introduction to Ecology course, our class participate in a field trip to the Institute of Biodiversity, IBD Lancang, Pahang. The visit provided us with the opportunity to observe different species of flora and fauna while learning about biodiversity conservation and wildlife management. During the field trip, each group was assigned to focus on one animal species. Our group select Panthera tigris jacksoni, Malayan tiger, due to its ecological importance and its status as one of Malaya endangered wildlife species. Through this study, we gain a better understanding of the tiger taxonomy, habitat, ecological role, conservation status, and the challenge faced in protecting the species. Overall, the field trip allowed us to relate the ecological concept learned in class to real-life conservation effort. Alright guys, our main objective is to observe and identify the diversity of flora and fauna at the Institute of Biodiversity IBD Lancang. Second is to study the taxonomy, habitat, ecological role and conservation status of Panthera tigris jacksoni, well known as Malayan tiger. Number 3 is to understand the importance of biodiversity and its contribute to ecosystem and sustainability. Number 4 is to explore the conservation initiative and biodiversity management practice implemented by the Institute of Biodiversity. Lastly is to apply ecological knowledge learned in class through field observation and practical learning experience.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Ain Natasha binti Bistaman. So we move to methodology for area of study. The Institute of Biodiversity is located within a tropical rainforest ecosystem in Lancang, Pahang, characterized by dense evergreen vegetation including tall trees, shrub, fern and climber. The area experiences an equatorial climate with warm temperature, average 2.4 to 32 Celsius, high humidity and abundant rainfall throughout the year. This environmental support rich biodiversity, providing habitat for various plant and animal species while contributing to important ecological functions such as carbon storage, water regulation, and wildlife conservation. Second, for data collection method, the data were collected through direct observation during fieldwork at the Institute of Biodiversity in Lancang. Observation focused on the habitat characteristic, environmental condition, and available information related to Panthera tigris. Why we call it direct observation? Because we take a video and photo during field trip. In addition, secondary data were obtained from scientific journal, books, conservation report and other available sources to gather information on taxonomy, physical characteristic, habitat, feeding behavior, and conservation status of Panthera tigris.
From this footage, I will explain more about the Malayan tiger. The Malayan tiger is classified under the kingdom Animalia, class Mammalia, or the Carnivora and family Felidae. Its scientific name is Panthera tigris jacksoni. In terms of physical characteristics, it has orange fur with black stripes, a muscular body, sharp claws, and powerful teeth, making it an effective predator. The Malayan tiger lives in the tropical rainforests of peninsular Malaysia, including forest areas such as Belum Temenggor, where it finds shelter and prey. It is because Malayan tiger requires large forest area for survival and hunting. As a carnivore, it mainly feeds on wild boars and deer. It hunts alone using stealth and camouflage to capture its prey. The Malayan tiger is an endangered species, and understanding its characteristics is important for its conservation.
So, for the last part of this research on this slide, we go to the conclusion, which is it discusses about this field of study at the Biodiversity Institute Lanchang that provide valuable knowledge regarding the biological characteristic, ecological importance, and also the conservation status of the Malayan tiger, which is Panthera tigris jacksoni. The findings show that the Malayan tiger plays a crucial role as an apex predator in maintaining ecosystem balance and also biodiversity. However, its population continues to decline due to the threats such as poaching, habitat loss, and also human-wildlife conflicts. Through the visit, students gain a better understanding of the importance of wildlife conservation and also the efforts that are undertaken by the conservation agencies to protect the critically endangered species. Therefore, the continuous conservation initiatives are essential to ensure the long-term survival of the Malayan tiger in Malaysia. So now, we are going to the very last part of the slide on our discussion, which is the recommendation for the conservation of the Malayan tiger. So firstly, we go to the first point, which is to strengthen anti-poaching enforcement, which is mean the authorities should increase the forest patrols, remove snares, and impose stricter penalties of wildlife criminals. Poaching remains one of the main threats to the survivals of Malayan tiger. So for the second one, to protect and to restore the natural habitats. Forest habitats should be preserved from deforestation and also excessive land development. Reforestation programs and habitat restoration can help to maintain suitable environments for tiger and their prey species. Furthermore, we should maintain wildlife corridors, which mean the wildlife corridors should be established and protected to connect fragmented forests. These corridors allow tigers to move safely between the habitats by increasing genetic diversity and also reducing isolation between them. We also can increase the public awareness on this research, which is should be the educational campaigns should be conducted to inform communities about the importance of tiger conservation and also the ecological role of tigers as apex predator in Malaysia. And from the last point, we should promote community involvement, which means local communities should participate in conservation programs through ecotourism, wildlife monitoring, and reporting the illegal activities that happen. Community support is crucial for long-term conservation success. And lastly, from what we can learn, the conclusion is the Malayan tiger is a critically endangered species with fewer than 150 individuals estimated to remain in the wild forest. Effective conservation requires a combination of anti-poaching measures, habitat protection, scientific research, and also public participation. Through continuous cooperation between the government, conservation organization, and also the local communities, the survival of Malayan tiger can be secured for the future generation in Malaysia. So that's all.
Now, I would like to discuss the key point of the discovery. The Malayan tiger, or we know as Panthera tigris jacksoni, is one of the Malaysia's most important endangered species and serves as an apex predator in tropical forest ecosystem. Protecting the species is crucial not only for preserving biodiversity but also for maintaining ecology balance. Recent study indicate that the Malayan tiger population has declined by more than 95% over the last several decades, making it one of the most critically endangered tiger subspecies in the world. If the Malayan tiger becomes extinct, the ecosystem would be severely affected. As a top predator, the tiger regulates population of herbivore and other prey species. Without tiger, prey population could increase uncontrollably, leading to overgrazing and degradation of forest vegetation. This imbalance may trigger a trophic cascade, ultimately reducing biodiversity and weakening the health of rainforest ecosystem. However, balancing economic development and wildlife conservation remain a major challenge. Infrastructure project, road construction, land conversion, and habitat fragmentation can reduce the size and connectivity of tiger habitat. At the same time, poaching, roadkill, and human-wildlife conflict continue to threaten the survival of the remaining tiger population. Therefore, effective conservation requires cooperation between the government, local communities, researchers, and non-governmental organizations. Stronger law enforcement, scientific monitoring, and sustainable land use planning are essential to protect this species. In our opinion, public awareness should be increased so that more people understand the importance of biodiversity conservation. Forest protection must also be strengthened alternate to prevent habitat loss and illegal activities such as poaching. In addition, wildlife corridors should be expanded to connect fragmented habitat, allowing tiger to move safely, find mates, and maintain healthy population. By working together, we can help ensure the survival of the Malayan tiger for future generations.